Hi. It's Ramadan. There's no flowers behind me for the first time in a little while. I've been buying them now from the hotel, Fontainebleau. I've been learning about flowers a little as a result of this romance that I'm involved with. There's a thought here, though. I might want some flowers there. I might like that. I don't know. I feel better about having flowers because I got my bench in the background over there. So it's like, okay, I can be a man, bench press with a sensitive side. We'll see. Definitely have a sweet tooth, and let's see what we can do tonight. My screen and open up Terminal and go to Myth Software and open up VS Code. Last time I was working on a customer project. I was getting into different AI models. Greenprint here has an endpoint that's relying on OpenAI, and it can be swapped out for Claude fairly straightforward. I used OpenAI because Claude is currently intermittent, and I didn't want to build in error handling. Some places in this app I've implemented on the HTTP pattern where the endpoint returns data or error, depending on if the response is or not. And that means destructuring over here. And the reason is that way, if there is an error, it can be displayed in the user interface in a clean way. It's a useful pattern. And let's see if I can implement that in more places. I think best to start with that Anthropic one. Here we just throw. I'll say rewrite this so that a error nested in an object or a data nested in an object are returned following this pattern. Let's see what happens. The data part is good. And the returns are bad, probably as a result of what the functions, yeah, there you go. If I look at the diff on this, how did we do? We were going to respond with the JSON. Now we're responding with an error. And here we were going to respond with data context, text. So I'd like that. And given that nothing's using this, we don't have to do any refactor. I'll change this console error to be a log local. And move on to OpenAI. Let's see, it's a fairly small file. So let's go to here and say same thing. Even if it over rewrites it, we can correct for that. Okay, let's just accept. I don't know how many times I have to accept. It's a clear error. But here it hasn't rewritten the nested that I did. Let's see how that relates to any usage. So over here we have a reply. We now want to destructure from data. It's a string, and that's fine. Here we have similar. We're merely doing the same. So we had another one of these. We do this await, and now we want to say we're awaiting and we're getting markdown plan. And the buffer from here, clean again. Not that we will, but we could now do some error handling around it because we have an error that is no longer thrown. It is passed forward to be responded to, possibly thrown. If it really mattered to be thrown, it could be. But there you have it. Quick rewrite. And I think the reason I use this pattern is because I like the incrementability of it. I can go here, where we get this random photo get. This one doesn't follow the pattern. This one does a try catch as compared to getting the response and awaiting. So let's do it the other way, where we await. We say if the response is not okay, we go like this. Otherwise, our data, and we'll remove all this. We'll put the data as such, and then where we use this, we'll say data photo, and life is good again. This project is peculiar because it's a web component project and dealing with this connected callback. This is for what's currently at lensa.africa and some other with an identical domain. If I wanted this to be more complex, I could. But it would mean it would be more like a app than a site if we're more complex. But it's a site. And I'm not sure the value of even what I'm doing with these prompts and texts. And since I am doing it, I may as well do it a little bit better. I should probably put adulthood below or above and give the font a little niceness. See what it looks like on mobile. Just pull it off the left by 10. Put this to the top. Drop this top by 30. And have this left match. See where we get to. Gotta run it. Had the thought to make this interactive, that the responses to these be this is interesting. Localhost, what is that one running on? Can't get because of this error. That's because of the node util import, which is only in debug log, which means here in Unsplash is causing this error. And now I'm going to figure it's fine. This is very cool. We just found a challenge from the multiple package systems that are in the world. So how do we find that error and maybe allow for it? I want to have my logger available. May need additional plugins to handle node URIs. Let's see what we get out of Copilot Ask. Okay, we're going to upgrade to Webpack 5. And given that NX runs on everything, let's see what NX Webpack version is part of this. NX monorepo Webpack 5. It's now the default in 13. So that being the case, let me check out the package and see what version of Webpack we're on. NX Webpack. We don't even have it in here directly. But there's another way around this cap. It's just to use util. If I reintroduce like this, I might be all right. We'll find out. Can't resolve util. Webpack used to include for this verify. So we're trying to use a node module on the client side. That's what this breaks down into, which means in order for our work to be isomorphic, our log locals to be isomorphic, we can't rely on the node debug log. We can only use that in node environments. And I really do want those web API callers to be isomorphic. So fine, we'll just remove it for now, and we'll have to think about a different logging mechanism into the future. Okay. So something got screwed up here. Where I think our stopping point is just going to be pulling these off of the left a little bit. No, not. Isn't worth it at the moment. We got to discover something a little bit cool there. Okay. So what's happening right now, I'm meandering from thought to thought around what might be useful to do. Brain is a project I've wanted to get up and running again, where I could see some of the database data. Also wanted to replace a let's do a logo at Web 2020. Big, fine, I don't know. What should a logo be? Common, I don't care. I'll just make it, doesn't matter. Mythic Financial Services. Make this underlined. Harder to do than I thought it would be to make that underlined. All right, well, let's just make it bigger then. Let's go to our brain project. See what we're replacing. We're replacing this Cuddy thought. So we can make Mythic much bigger. Oh, I see. So we'll pull these into two different text layers. $280. This is a good size. Big, nice, good. And then we'll shrink this one. Make it a little larger so that we get to something that goes the width of Mythic. This appears to do approximately that. Yep. And we need a symbol to go with it. Mythic Financial Services. How about we go with Poseidon's Trident? We should be able to have a shape tool here. Draw a line. Okay. Put Mythic in front. Then our trident Let's see, what shape do we have? Custom, line, circle, rounded rectangle. And we'll just keep going with some lines. Goes like that. Can I move this around freely with the... No, not so. Okay. We'll save that for another time. Make our text match this color. One A4 C74. Great. Here too. Use that same fill. Pop a background on this thing and call it a day. We might need a new layer, empty, on the bottom. That's white. Take these. Put it like that. Go to our image, go to our canvas size, chop it down by half both ways. That'd be 940. What was it again? 1920. So 2000 would be 1,000. So half of that is 80, 60, 960. Pretty good. See if we can move all these to fit just a little better. Yep. File, save, JPEG, done. I want one of these things to save. It's just taking a moment because I'm sharing my screen. I'm sure it's just taxing my processor. Oh, come on now. Not so. Then what I'm going to do is screenshot this thing. And that is going to be our logo. Source. More or less this. More or less that. Let's open it up. Yeah, probably got a little black smudge on it, but that's okay. Just want it to be moved and done with for the moment. Okay, then that goes into the Brain assets directory. Oops, here we go. Just take this one called Cuddy logo and remove it. Mythic Financial Services logo. Let's find wherever Cuddy logo had a mention. And it was Cuddy logo.jpg. These two places, huh? Well, fine. Mythic Financial Services logo, a PNG. It's not perfect, but it'll do for now. It's just different, you know. Welcome to SYR Brain. Welcome to SYR Brain. Call this instead Mythic Brain. Welcome to Mythic Brain. Financial service at your fingertips. There we go. Meaningful improvement. Let's see, let's get add brain. That's a nice commit. What did we change in the messages controller? It must be to do with the APIs, yeah. Okay, so git add everything, git commit, let's say repo, refactor, updates APIs with errors, and what do we want to do is this brain with logo, push that up. What I'd like to do is get to clients. When I get there, I can't read name. I'm gonna guess it's our user. Line 92 from shared layouts. Shared layouts 92. User.name. Yeah, all that. Quick refresh. There's something good. just have health checklist. That doesn't have key on the UL. So let's say key equal to health check dot title. It's fine. Let's see, what do we get now? No issue there. No issue there. If we click into one of these, yeah, no issue. Okay. Git add, git commit m, fix brain allows clients view. Sure. Let's see if we try that in production, what happens. That's a difference of connecting to a database versus a Notion instance. Yep, looks like we're good. Good. Okay. Time to stop sharing. Am I hiring? Hey, not currently. Maybe in the near future. What are your skills? So about an hour and a half remains on this cross project work. What might be done? I think mobile stuff on CSS, or even reconciling down to just having one CSS file. Oh, hey, we've got Java on TypeScript development. Right on. Good skill set to have in 2024. Says that there are two in here. Does that mean me and Yao? I don't know. But it's nice to have a viewer. So let's go back to screen share and use Greenprint as an example. What I'd like to do is make this on mobile be 100% of the viewport. So if I go to elements, yeah, that's fine. Console, don't need this on the bottom. Dimensions, iPhone, you know. Full width, that's all. That's all we're looking to do. Let's go to Greenprint main, CSS. We'll say add media queries in the style of a utility CSS file. So what we got. Okay. How does Tailwind do media queries? Hmm. So here we go. Let's go to the main CSS with this. We're dealing with font size, or we're dealing with width. We have a lot of different conflicting widths here. That's okay. We'll say for what we want is on these, on this one, we want width to be 50. So we'll just call this large. And this would be called W50. So width is 50%. Can leave these blank for now. Now we've got this style that is here on top. I think I prefer to apply at the bottom. So the width of this is 896. And in this case, we don't want to constrain the width at all until we hit a screen size of 1025. So we're in, what do we call this? Just copy this, or briefly describe your business. Perfect. Get to this article. Everything's 50. This form we want to be half until we get to large W50, like that. Okay. So it went the other way. It got smaller. Yeah, it just doesn't apply at all here. So what do we have originally was maybe 50% of the width. Yeah. So what we really want to say is it's 100% of the width. And then large, it should go down. And so here we should have a W100. See how we do? to there, then we get bigger, and it doesn't apply. Okay, so what? Reform. It has all these 1503. Oh, isn't that peculiar? We have two. I just created one that I didn't need, but it was because W50 was down. Yeah. Okay. This one, LG W50. Is it the way that it's applying with the hyphen? Maybe. It does what we think it would. Don't need this. We will move W50 a little more reasonably. And back in our index, we'll call this LGW50. Okay, yeah. And then there, yeah. All right. So now we got a little responsive the first time. And we should also have our padding applied in smaller scenarios. We just apply margin in all scenarios, and then it'll go be a little bit better. This main, we can just say MR5, ML5 should be okay. That looks fine to me. Yeah, it looks fine there too. Okay, moving on. Say style, apps, screen print, uses media query for mobile. Let's see. Stop sharing. I think that's it for now. When I get back to it, it might be good to have a plan. And I think it's just about Greenprint for coding. And then Hook Club too, I guess. So we'll see. Till, don't know, midnight or so. Catch you.